Alice Walker. It was called Even As I Hold You. And it began, even as I hold you, I think of you as someone far, far away. And I thought that's just how it is when you're breaking up with somebody. They're in your arms, but they're already gone. And then I wrote this song, and then Cowboy Mouth didn't really sell that very many records, and she never sued me, and I always liked her for that. Well, I stare at the hole in my hands, and I watch you slip away. And I feel if I'd only done better, then maybe I could make you stay. And then I stare at the hole in my head, and I can't remember things I say. Hour to hour, sentence to sentence, day to day. Well, I could, but I don't. And I should, but I won't. It's laughable. It's laughable. It's laughable. There's an empty space in my bed. My bed's too big these days. Even as I hold you, I'm letting you go somewhere far away. And there's an empty place in my heart when my friends say, boy, now you're free. 'Cause freedom's not a ring around your finger, I can tell them it's a memory. Well, I could, but I don't. And I should, but I won't. It's laughable. It's laughable. It's laughable. It's laughable. Having to tell someone goodbye, having to find a place to hide, when all you feel these days is empty inside. Well, I remember the last time we met. You held a stranger's hand. You introduced me to him, and you said, could we try and be friends? Well, I could, but I don't. And I should, but I won't. It's laughable. It's laughable. It's laughable. It's laughable. It's laughable. It's 45 minutes. It's 8:30 now.
You got 20 minutes.
God, it goes by fast.
We got that word.
All right. Well, this isn't my song, but when I was 19, I fell in love with a girl. And I don't know why she fell in love with me too, because she had like a really cool family. Her mom truly loved all her daughters, and her dad was this eccentric, half artist, half fix-it man. But she did love me. But we broke up at 19 because she wanted to have kids, and there was no way I was going to bring a child into the world after the way I had been raised. Plus, I wanted to see the world with my guitar. And then years go by, and about 5 years ago, the woman I was married to decided she wanted to split. And my friend Allison had gotten a divorce, and we met, and she came to see me play. And we got to talking, and we had some wine, and I said, did we fight? Why did we break up? We're getting along pretty good here. She said, oh no, we never fought. I just wanted to have kids, and you wanted to see the world with music. And I said, well, we've done that. And so we saw each other for a few months, and then I got really, really sick last year. And I'd had one throat surgery that saved my life. I was waiting on spine surgery, and I can tell you I was not pretty. I had tubes sticking out of my neck, and my face was disfigured, and I was caught in a chair for 4 months. I couldn't lay down, I couldn't stand up. It was, like marrying Igor from Frankenstein. But she came home on New Year's, and I lit the place with candles, and I said, when I get healthy, would you marry me? And she said, I'll marry you and help you get healthy. And that's the kind of person you marry. And this is for her.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny to be seeing you after so long, girl. But the way you look, I understand. You were not impressed. I heard you let that little friend of mine take off your party dress. I'm not gonna get too sentimental like those other sticky valentines, 'cause I don't know if you've been loving somebody, I only know it isn't mine. Allison, I know this world is killing you. Allison, my aim is true. Well, I see you got a husband now. Wait, well, I see that I'm your husband now. Leave your pretty fingers lie in the wedding cake. You used to hold him right in your hand, but it took all he could take. Sometimes I wish that I could stop you from talking when I hear the silly things that you say. I think somebody better put out the big light, 'cause I can't stand to see you this way. Allison, I know this world is killing you. Allison, my aim is true. My aim is true. My aim is true. My aim is true. I'm going to do one more, and then there's one of the greatest singers I ever heard in my life sitting out in the crowd. I'm actually really honored and really pleasantly surprised that she made it, because she's got a busy band and she's got a busy life and she's got a child and a wife of her own to take care of, and here she is sitting without any of them so she can listen to me sing my stuff, and she's 10 times the singer I'll ever be. So I'm hoping after this next song maybe she'll come and do something for y'all, the great Becky Shaw. I wish we knew something together. You don't know Love Hurts, do you? We'll have to learn it and crush it together someday.
Okay, let's do it.
I'd love to sing with you.
Okay.
All right. But at any rate, I digress. Anybody got anything you want to hear? We're at that point now. You've had, your pizza and your beer or whatever it is. Come out of your shell.
Hey, bartender.
There you go. You always like that. I wrote this one at a time in my life when I was like the bartender's best friend and his worst nightmare. I was the guy who showed up early, drank heavily, tipped well, and then somewhere in the evening I became the thing that wouldn't leave. So I felt like I owed bartenders this song. Hey bartender, pour me another one, 'cause I don't think that I've had enough. Make it a bourbon, make it a double one. You can see that I'm still standing up. Whiskey and women, well, they fooled me every time into thinking I'm the hero I have pictured in my mind. So tell me a secret to get me through the night, or just turn up the jukebox and tell me a lie. Where am I this evening? No, I don't mean what bar, I mean what city, and in what state am I? Honey, are you leaving? Do you have a car? And could you take me along for the ride? See, a woman like you, well, you could enter in my life and let me be the lover I have pictured in my mind. So tell me a secret to get me through the night, or just turn up the jukebox and tell me a lie. Here's a quarter, why don't I play us a song? B-33, I believe it's true. George Jones. I believe it's a slow one in 3/4 time. So let's turn up the jukebox and tell me a lie. Hey bartender, did she say where she was going? Well, I must have dozed off for a while. Are these my cigarettes, and how much do I owe? I guess I'll see you again tomorrow night. And do you think she'd minded if I called her up sometime? I might be the reason she's been searching her whole life. Yeah, it always makes the women laugh. They laughed when I was 30, but they laugh louder now. Tell me a secret to get me through the night. I'll just turn up the jukebox and tell me a lie. Turn up the jukebox and tell me a lie. So, you feel like it? Would you come grace these folks with one of your tunes?
Do you have a cable?
Cable, yes, I have cable. That's the thing I went and dug out earlier that stopped the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of Atlanta's own, and she is one of the most beautiful voices you will hear anywhere on the planet. Her name is Becky Shaw. And she's in the band Just Rocks.
Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
touched.
Well, Janet wanted to be here too, but her flight was delayed.
Well, my car broke down, so she and I are
See,
some
yeah.
pocket.
You have a pick on you.
I do. I have a whole pocket full of picks.
Pocket full.
Most of them are made out of credit cards because I have one of those pick machines, but you can pick a real pick if you want.
That's it. I don't care. That's great. This is awesome because I'm not super comfortable with doing things on the fly like this, so that's thank you, Paul.
We're all friends.
All right. Well, usually I play this on the ukulele, so just to keep myself uncomfortable even more, I'll play it on guitar tonight. Why not? I mean, I'm just trying things out here.
You're out. We're with all friends.
It's all friends, right?
All friends.
Okay, very good. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Paul. Hello again, my friend. Woo! I've been gone so long, but I'm coming around the bend, and I can't say where I've been. 'Cause every time I think it through, how to explain it all to you, even though the words are true, they just sound so lame. Hello again, my friend. I don't know why I always take it to the end, but I hope you'll let me in again. 'Cause every day I think of you and wish that it were really true, that I could keep up if I choose to every day, but I will always come around. Get past these ups and downs and go crashing to the ground, 'cause I will always come around. I live my life just like a songbird, fly off to the sun when the shadows grow long. I won't stay gone, you know. I'm gonna find my way home, singing this song. Hello again, my friend. These are the words that I was so afraid to send. Now I don't know why you won't understand. So I wrote this song for you, and it's long, long overdue. When all I really mean to say is I love you, and something else. They're all together.
That much is true. But when you're looking for a great singer, you're looking for somebody, first of all, for me anyway, who sings right from the heart. And when Becky sings, I feel it right in my heart. And then she's got the voice that God just looked down and said, hey, I'm going to give you a thunderbolt. The rest of the kids are just going to have rainbows to play with. I'm going to do one more song, and I'm going to bring up another friend to wrap up the first set. And we'll take a short break so that you can buy merch if you want, but who cares about merch anymore? You can just stream. But we can all get something to drink. And hopefully somebody has weed. I am subtle. If I'm nothing, I'm subtle. So still no request. I'm still sort of, usually Atlanta's, was that?
Sedation.
Sedation, there you go. Well, we just mentioned it, didn't we? You know, after the flood in New Orleans in 2005, there were a lot of first responders that got songs written about them because they were very moved. And second responders got songs. Even third responders got songs. By the time it got down to like the sixth and seventh responders, nobody was writing songs anymore. And I thought that these people who arrived late to the scene but were vital needed a song. Because without them, I couldn't have made it back from the flood. I lost everything. And so I really needed their help. And of course, I'm talking about the folks at Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson who made the antidepressants and the anti-anxiety pills. Because they really did help me rebuild my life one pill at a time. And I felt like they needed a song while they were on. And this song is called Sedation. Please, at some point, sing it if you're on them. I just called to say that everything's been blown away, and I spend all my time here in sedation. Never deal with fear, now and then one single tear, and then I change my ways and go sedation. And if I find myself alone, I wander to the telephone to ask my pharmacist for medication. Sedation, sedation. I turn on the news, even Katie Couric's got the blues and looks like she could use sedation. Really, it's okay, it's only time I'd waste away. Instead I'll waste a day here in sedation. But when I turn off my TV, the sky outside's still blue to me. So blue, in fact, it's an hallucination. Sedation, sedation. We might even save the nation with Sedation. Oh yeah, na 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 na. And I want my sedation. Make sure you refill Valium, Prozac, Benadryl. The world sometimes requires some sedation. Like I said, sing it if you're on it. Sedation, 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 sedation. Let's go sedation. I'd like to now bring up my dear friend, writing partner for many years, and one of the best songwriters I ever met and worked with, Miss Sonia Tetlow.
Oh, Sanchez, you guys.
She took the time to learn my song Nashville, so we're going to start with that. It's called Nashville, Total Eclipse. Driving 65, heading over the line. I got the radio on and I'm feeling just fine. I'm tired of the bayou, rubbing two sticks. I'm going to Music City, gonna get my kicks. I'm driving to Nashville with my baby for fun, to see the total eclipse of the sun. To see the total eclipse of the sun. Baby, take the wheel, you're looking so fine, but there's shadows inside both our minds. We could be magic, but nothing lasts. There's really no together and there ain't no past. Driving to Nashville, think I'd sell my guns, to see a total eclipse of the sun. To see a total eclipse of the sun. Up some dust, cover our tracks. When you're running from the past, you don't look back. When you're running from the past, you don't look back. Driving 65, heading over the line. I got the radio on and I'm feeling just fine. Going to Nashville, baby, you're the one. To see the total eclipse of the sun. To see the total eclipse of the sun. To see the total eclipse of the sun. The song you do about your friend who passed, shall we do it, man? Come back. So tomorrow, my van broke down today, and I'm supposed to be playing a show tomorrow that's a tribute to one of my dear friends, Spencer Bowron, who's one of the finest pickers out of New Orleans, and he passed away last year. And in fact, several New Orleans musicians of note passed away. Dr. John passed away, and Spencer, and there was another one recently. At any rate, it was too many, and Alan, of course, too many losses in a real short time. And one of my favorite goodbye songs happens to be written by my friend Sonia Tetlow, so I've asked her to play it for y'all now. It's in what, G minor?
E minor.
E minor.
Yeah.
G.
Judging by the morning light, you never know the distance from me to you that grew late last night. It's funny how quick change feels, even when you know it's been coming on for so long. You're never quite ready for the Restless as the wind and my heart grows restless and weary, wandering alone out here among the stones. But I will wait forever in the faith that will not falter. From me to you, tattooed long ago.
Come back, come back, come back,
Come back, come back, come back, come back,
come back,
come
We're going to close with this here song. It's a song of mine I wrote back when the world was young in cowboy math. And it was a fun song because back in the 90s, hurricanes were still things you could have fun with, like have parties, hurricane parties. They were smaller, like they'd hit New Orleans and then Jackson, Mississippi would go, huh? Now they're really big, and when they hit New Orleans, Jackson goes, oh my God! But this was a time when you could have fun. And hurricane parties essentially were, I've talked to guys that go ice fishing and I've talked to guys that go duck hunting. It's basically the same thing. It's a reason for guys to get together and smoke cigars and drink scotch and beer and get so disgusting that death wouldn't dare stop by. And then women who are born smarter than men show up late to the hurricane party card games and they win all the money at the card games. And then they leave early before we're so disgusting they don't want to have anything to do with us because they're married to some of us. And that's basically a hurricane party. And this here hurricane party, I got so drunk I passed out at my own party. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I was young, I could do that. I passed out in the most likely place, which was my kitchen pantry, because it was empty. I was a bachelor. And the only thing in my kitchen pantry was a jug of water and a bottle of scotch and a can of cream corn in case I needed a base to drink on. And I would let my friends sleep in there if they got thrown out by their girlfriends or wives because you could close the door and it was dark all day. So I passed out in the pantry and I woke up, but I was an illegally purchased alcoholic stupor, by the way. And I went out to the front yard and my friends were all laughing and giggling and wrestling each other in the mud. And apparently while I was out on legally purchased alcoholic stupor, one of my friends had given out these things called psilocybin mushrooms. Now I don't have a lot of experience with these things. But I hear they make you laugh. And my friends were just laughing and wrestling in the mud the rain had left behind. And they said, hey, there's Paul, let's get him. And I said, no, let's don't get him. The party's over and my neighbors don't like you anymore. And frankly, I don't either. Go home. And he said, no, I didn't mean it, let's get him. And I said, fellas, I keep a half a Louisville Slugger by the door that I found on a trash pile for trouble. And y'all look like trouble. If you charge me, I'm going to use it. And one of my best friends said, he doesn't mean it, let's get him. Now, I will say this. Out of the 6 guys who were at the party, 3 of them still speak to me. We had a little party, me and my friends. Hurricane was coming to New Orleans again. Somebody brought scotch, somebody brought beer. Should have kept the hooch and thrown them out of here. Friendly game, penny a hand. Smoke a cigar, act like a man. Waiting for the gale force winds to blow. Shuffle up the cards and let the liquor flow. A hurricane party got out of control. I'm lying in the gutter eating Tootsie Roll. The red ant bites all over my ass. Beating all my buddies with a baseball bat. And the guy who had the red ant bites on his ass was from Indiana. He was on the phone with his girlfriend. He said, honey, hurricanes must do something to the ground. My back feels electric. Somebody's girlfriend showed up by surprise. Cookies in her hands and dollar signs in her eyes. I started dipping them cookies in scotch. Well, she won all my money and my pocket watch. Well, I passed out and I woke up. The house was empty and so was the cup. From out on the front porch I heard them shout. I wish they'd come in so I could throw them out. A hurricane party got out of control, lying in the gutter eating Tootsie Roll. Red ant bites all over my ass, beating all my buddies with a baseball bat. Everybody was wrestling out in the dirt. I laughed so hard till my stomach hurt. They saw me clean and they heard me laugh. They started charging at me and I grabbed the bat. A hurricane party got out of control, lying in the gutter with the joints I roll. Red ant bites all over my ass, beating all my buddies with a baseball bat. Beating all my buddies with a baseball bat. Beating all my buddies with a baseball bat. Thank you all very much. It's a beautiful show.
Sanchez.